virtual warehouse will be charged based on the credits. Nothing what? They will measure the charge or cost. So based on the number of credits you use, suppose if you use X small, virtual warehouse, so for 1 hour they will allocate you 1 credit. For 1 credit, how much they need to pay? How much they need to charge? They will see for 1 credit $2.7, $4 for different edition, $5.4 into another edition. Suppose if you use large, for 1 hour they are going to consider 8 credits. 8 credits into $2.7 for this edition. 8 credits into $4 for this edition. 5.4 into 8 credits for this edition. So based on that, they are going to charge you guys. Have you clear about this virtual warehouse calculation or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Confirm me, everyone. If you clear, then I will proceed further.
Yes.
Clear, yes, right? So this is about the hardware component usage calculation. What about the storage? See, if you have taken Snowflake subscription. Suppose let's consider this is the January month. So your organization has assumed that the business is going to start from the January, but unfortunately the business got delayed. Already you have taken the subscription, but you are not using. In such case, you need to pay $25 per month if you are not using anything, but you have taken a subscription. And or if you have taken the subscription and you have started to use your Snowflake. In this case, for 1 TB you need $2. For 1 TB you need to pay $40 per month. If you use 100 TB, 100 into $40 per month you need to pay. So the cost will be in two ways actually. You need to pay for the storage and you need to pay for the compute, virtual warehouse. So this is the way they are going to charge you guys. Is this clear or not? So this is minimum $25 you need to pay if you are using, if you are not using. Suppose if you are using, you started to load the data, so you need to pay $40 per TB. If you use 500 GB, then it will be divided into that part. So like that it will go. So this is about the pricing details on your hardware resources and your storage component. Clear or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the different virtual warehouse sizes. So these are the credits. These credits are very much important. So based on these credits, they have already defined. Boss, if you created your virtual warehouse with the medium size, so in this case, we are going to allocate you 4 credits per hour, and then 4 into, so based on the edition, and then the $2.7 like that they are going to charge you. So this is very much important. You have to understand what is the different size of warehouse sizes and what are the credits, how they are going to start pricing on you. So this is about the pricing. If you have any doubts in the understanding on the pricing, just let me know. We will discuss and then we will proceed further. If you are clear, just confirm me. Then we will discuss next topics. And also, always I am trying to tell you, please make a note somewhere as a running note. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Guys, clear or not clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we'll go to discuss the different editions are available in the Snowflake. Different editions. We have a 4 editions actually: standard, enterprise, business critical, virtual private. So I'm repeating once again. So you need to make a note also. So we have a standard edition, we have an enterprise edition, we have a business critical edition, we have a virtual private edition. So these are the 4 types of editions we have in Snowflake. In general, or in projects, we are using this business critical. We are using this business critical uh, edition for our business purpose. We are using this business critical for our business purpose in our companies. Then we'll see what are the options are available. What are the different benefits or great features are available in the each editions. The standard is very basic edition. Very basic edition. Very basic edition. Here, uh, whatever the data is you are going to store, that is in a encryption format. Time travel is up to 1 day. Now, the time travel is one of the great feature in Snowflake. What is the meaning of the time travel? Time travel means, suppose already I have explained in very first class, but let me repeat that one. Time travel nothing but if the data is modified from the table. So after modification of the data from the table, so you came to know that. So this is not the whatever you have done the modification, then that is not that is not a good modification. You need to restore the original data into your table. So in such scenario, in Snowflake has provided you a option, the time travel option. Nothing but you can go back to the history of the table, and then you can bring the original data and restore the original data to table. So in the standard edition, this history will be available for only 1 day. So suppose if you crossed, no, if you done the modification to the table today 6 o'clock, till tomorrow 6 o'clock, you can able to go to the history of the table and then bring the original data and then restore the data. It will available for only 1 day. If you cross that 1 day, then it is not possible. And then what about the disaster recovery? Disaster recovery nothing but suppose if databases go offline, then you can able to bring that into online. What about this data share? Data share nothing but a secure data share. So you can able to share the data between the Snowflake accounts. This is about your standard edition. Coming to the enterprise edition, whatever the features are available in the standard, that will be available. That is very basic. Second one is multi-cluster warehouse. Yesterday we have discussed single warehouse and then multi-cluster warehouse. In standard edition only you can work with a single warehouse. This enterprise edition will be supporting the multi-cluster warehouse also. This time travel in enterprise edition will be there for 90 days. In case of standard, time travel will be available only 1 day. In case of enterprise, time travel option will be around till 90 days. So this is a great feature actually. So suppose 90 days means if you have done your modifications today, till 90 days, if you want to bring the data, then it will be available for the 90 days. So within that time, any time you can able to go back to the history of the table and then bring the data. And then next, what is this materialized views? Materialized views, one of the concept in Snowflake, which is used to improve the performance of your SQL query. Suppose your select statement is taking around 5 seconds to return the data. On top of that, if you create a materialized view, then you can able to bring the data in within 1 second. The beauty of this materialized view is it will improve the performance of your SQL query. It will improve the performance of your SQL query, where your SQL query is taking 1 minute, but your materialized view will give the result within a fraction of seconds. So that is the great feature of great benefit of your materialized view. Search optimization, column level security, these things and all provided in enterprise option. In business critical, so whatever the features are available in the enterprise edition, by default that will be there. Additionally, all the objects, all the things are encrypted everywhere. All the options, whatever you are going to create the objects, those are encrypted everywhere in the internally. We can't see those encryption and all, but internally it is happening. Internally it is happening. So that is a great feature. What already enterprise edition has the so many features. Those features are available with the business critical plus this data encryption everywhere, and then failover and then disaster recovery. So failover and then disaster recovery, nothing but if your database is crashed, and then you can able to bring bring that database into online, So this is the great feature in the business critical edition. What about the virtual private? All business critical features are available in the virtual private, and then the extra is you need to create a separate environment, separate servers for different environments. Suppose if you are maintaining QA server, if you are maintaining testing server, if you are maintaining dev server, if you are maintaining production server, so for that you need to create a separate servers in your virtual private. So this is about your Snowflake editions, guys. Any doubts in this? These are some theoretical parts. You will get the interview questions. What are the different types of editions are available in Snowflake, and explain them. And also you will get the what is warehouse, what is multi-clustering warehouse, and what is the Snowflake architecture, how many layers are there, what are the functionality of those architecture. Can you explain all those things? These are the theoretical concepts. So for sure you have to remember, understand, and explain thoroughly. Whatever we are discussing in the sessions, if you understand that and explain it clearly, whatever we have discussed here, that is 100%, 1000% more than enough, guys. That's why I am asking you. I will share you the note. Along with me. You also prepare your some points in your notes, so that you will check the material and then you will check the note, so you will become a comfortable. If you get any doubts, again you will come back to me and we will discuss on the same topic, so that you will become a comfortable. So this is about the editions, guy. Any doubts, let me know. Just open your mouth, guys.
No, sir, but I wanted to know, in a typical real-time environment or a real-time project, typically a dev or QA or a production environment, what are the additions might be there? I mean, will be there. Whether the dev will be having only standard edition, or whether the QA having enterprise edition only, or the production might.
Usually in our real scenarios in organization, we all are using business critical for all the requirements.
Okay.
Next question. If you don't have any questions, then we'll move into another topic to discuss.
No, sir. Understood.
Fine. Yeah, then we'll go how to connect to Snowflake. Web user interface. Second one is NoSQL through the DOS command. Through the DOS command. So we can able to connect your Snowflake. You can able to connect your Snowflake using your web user interface or using Snowflake or NoSQL using DOS command. And also apart from this, we have some other options also, but majorly we are using these two options only. Some other options also available, JDBC drivers, ODBC drivers, those things and all. But in real time scenarios, as per my experience, we have used only these two options. Only these two options. Then, as part of our regular classes, daily we are using this web user interfaces, this NoSQL and then DOS command things. We will be having the one session how do we use this NoSQL. Then now we'll see how to create the Snowflake account. How to create the Snowflake account. Fine. You need to follow the steps and create yourself. And then we'll explore what are the options are available in your Snowflake account. Then go to Google. So here make a note somewhere. Snowflake.com. Snowflake.com. Guys, have you make a note? Snowflake.com.
Yes.
I need confirmation from all, because you need to create account from your end. This is the free account. This is a free account. It will be available for the 1 month. You can practice in that environment. You need to create. You can create, which is very easy step. You can create from your end also. Just you need to follow what I am doing, right? Just this is snowflake.com. Enter the snowflake.com. Then you will get into this home page. Click on the start for free. Click on the start for free. So here, provide your all the details. First name, I will give the Durga Soft. Email ID, I will give my email ID. It will go into that. I will give the company name as Durga Soft. Role you need to select consultant. Location you need to select as a India. Guys, are you following or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So you need to give your personal details here. So once you have given everything, just continue. Click on the continue. See here, you need to select edition, standard or enterprise or business critical. I am selecting a business critical. You need to make a note down. You need to select a business critical option. This is the option to select the edition. Once you select the business critical, this is the option to select the cloud provider. You need to select the AWS. Guys, you are following or not?
Yes.
Super. So you need to select the AWS. See here, it is asking continental information. So as we have selected India, just select this Asia Pacific, Singapore. Then click on the get started. Click on the get started. Click on the get started. Now it will ask this many options. You can skip this one. You can skip this one. You can skip this one. See, now you are now signed up. An email to activate your account has been sent to your email ID. I will log in into my email ID. There you will get one link to activate the account. Snowflake.com. Activate your Snowflake account. Click on this. Click to activate. Click to activate. Then it will navigate to this page. Now give the username and then password. So this is the key here. You need to make a note this username and then password. I will give the Durga soft user 11. One second. So you need to give the username and you need to give the password and confirm password and then get started. So this is your home page of this is your home page of your Snowflake account. You need to make a note down like this. This is your account URL. This is username. This is password for your account. You need to save somewhere so that you can able to log in daily and then work. So this is the your when you create an account, then you will get this page at very first. Have you make a note down all the steps, guys?
Yes, sir.
See, when you get here this option, first option is worksheets. If you click on this worksheet, see here, you will have a plus worksheet. If you click on this, so from this option, from here you can able to query your SQL queries in this area. So this is one of the option. So worksheets where you are going to write your SQL queries. Next, data. So here you can able to create the database. Fine.
Yes.
So here if you want to create any new database, you can able to create new database. If you want to create any schemas, then you can able to create the new schemas from here. Like that. See, first one is worksheets is important, data is important, and then this in admin. Here we have warehouse option. Here you need to create your warehouse. So these are the three options you have to understand. So once go into your worksheet, then click on this latest one. So here you can able to create your own database. Create database, sample database. So here you can able to see your sample database like that. So for now, just whatever we have followed the steps, you create from your end and then start exploring on the things. Whatever you can able to explore, you can explore, and whatever you need to understand, you can understand. So from tomorrow onwards, we will start using the coding and then the actual Snowflake uh, practical sessions. But before that, you need to create an account and be ready with, align with me, so that whatever we are going to discuss in the session, as a theoretical part and then coding part, I am going to share with you. I am going to share with you. Then you can able to practice from your end also.
Okay.
Guys, let me know if you have
Okay.
any trouble in understanding how to create the Snowflake account or something else. Why I am stopping till here means, at any cost, 100% you need to create account today. While coming to tomorrow session, you have to be ready with your account. So only after completion of the tomorrow session, I am going to share with you all the code, all the things, so that right immediately you can able to do the practice. Next, if you are not creating, if you are unable to create the account, if you are not able to create the account, you are not ready, then you are lacking, and then you are not able to do the practice, and then it is problem for you. So that what I am suggesting you, whatever the queries, whatever the difficulties you face, you need to at any cost create the account and be ready with the for tomorrow's class. That's why I am stopping the session here. Fine, guys.
Okay, sir.
Any difficulties
Okay,
here?
sir. No, sir.
No,
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 right?
sir.
All good.
Yes, all good.
Tomorrow we will meet at same 6 a.m. guys.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Then we'll close the session for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Yes, yes.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Uh,
Uh, just as before going to proceed, just let me know if you have any doubts. Jayant, Manohar, Nitesh, Raju, you all guys are in yesterday's part of yesterday's class, right?
yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Just yes, any doubts in understanding of the definition of Snowflake?
No, sir.
So we have discussed basic level of information yesterday.
Yes.
Any doubts?
No.
Right. No, no,
No.
good.
Okay, super. One second. So we will discuss today uh, architecture of the Snowflake. Architecture of the Snowflake. One second. Guys, actually, we have a three layers in Snowflake architecture. We have three layers in Snowflake architecture. One is cloud service layer. Another one is query processing layer. Third one is database storage layer. Let me repeat once again. One is clouds. Guys, just I am suggesting you and recommending you after the each and every session, whatever we are going to discuss, the theoretical part and then code part, I will share you end of the session to all of you to your personal mail IDs. At the same time, just please prepare some running notes from your end also, so that it will be easy to rewind the things. Just make some notes from your end also. Fine.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So we have a cloud services layer, and then query processing layer, and then database layer. I am repeating once again. So why I am repeating once again and once again? This Snowflake architecture is very much important. Damn sure you will get a one or two questions from the Snowflake architecture in the every interview, wherever you go, in all the companies. That's why I am repeating. So we have a cloud services layer, we have a query processing layer, we have a database storage layer. Now we will discuss one by one. So what is this database storage layer will do? What is this database storage will do? Storage component this is a one of the database storage component. This is one of the component of the Snowflake. Nothing but, so we have a like storage and then compute component like that. This is the storage component of the Snowflake. And so whenever you load the data, into a Snowflake, automatically the data will be stored in a continuous micro partitions. Guys, what is the meaning of this micro partitions means? See, if you have a some 2 TB of 2 TB of CSV file, 2 TB of CSV file in your source system. When you load that 2 TB of CSV file data into a Snowflake data warehouse, automatically that data will be stored in the tables. And then from the tables, in a database storage layer, in storage component, so we have a micro partitions. Where your business data is going to reside into the component. So the least component of the storage layer in the Snowflake is micro partitions. When you store your data in a Snowflake, automatically the data will be stored into a continuous micro partitions. Each micro partitions will be having the size 50 to 500 MB. Fine. So apart from these micro partitions, the data will be stored in the columnar format. Data will be stored. What do you know? What is the meaning of this columnar format? Guys,
Means column format.
yeah, column format is. See, first, let me explain you what is the meaning of the micro partition. How it looks like. See, this is the micro partition structure. I will tell you what is the advantage to have the data in a micro partitions, and also what is the advantage to store the data in a column format. See, if you speak about the traditional database or a data warehouse, data will be stored in a row format. Data will be stored in a row format in our traditional data warehouse or a traditional database database. For example, traditional database, if you consider a SQL server, where in a RD SQL server RDBMS or else in a SQL server data warehouse, the data will be stored in the tables in form of columns and rows, and then so the data will be stored in the form of the rows in a traditional database or a traditional data warehouse. In case of a Snowflake, the data will be stored. The data will be stored in a columnar format. I will tell you that one. See here itself the data. I will tell you. See, this is one of the example. This is the one of the example of the table. So we have a column called type, name, country, date. Type, name, country, date. The data is stored in a. So this is the traditional structure of the table. So data is stored in form of a column, and then rows. See, we have a type column, name column, and then country column, and then date column. When the data is loaded into the Snowflake, the data will be stored in a continuous micro partitions. This is a one micro partition. This is another micro partition. This is another micro partition. This is another micro partition. Within these micro partitions, your table data is going to loaded into multiple micro partitions. If you see here, the column type, name, and then country, date. So this is our traditional structure. In case of your Snowflake, see, the data is storing in a micro partitions in column format. See here, the type is here. Type is one column, and then name is another column. Country is another column. Date is another column. See here, type, name, country, and then date. This is a row format. So this is a column format. So your first record first record type is 2. See here, type is first record is type is 2. Second column, name is A, and then country, first record is UK, and then date, first record is 11/12. So what is the advantage of this having the columnar format means, if you want to search a data, instead of searching a whole rows in a whole columns, just it will traverse only in single direction instead of checking the all the data from your all micro partitions, so that you can able to retrieve the data in a very faster. As I mentioned earlier, the data will be stored in a micro partitions and compressed way, and then optimal way. So this is what you can able to pull the data very fast from the Snowflake. See here, suppose uh, if you want to search, like type equal to or name equal to y, see, y is available in micro partition 3, and then micro partition 3. So if you write a query, select star from table where name equal to y, so the value from the name column is available in the micro partition 3 and then 4. So what it will do, if you hit a query into the Snowflake data warehouse, instead of searching all the micro partitions, it will go into the particular micro partition in a column format. It will go into the particular micro partitions, and then it will retrieve the data from the from the Snowflake data warehouse for you. So what is the benefit here? Suppose consider for your one table, if you have a n number of micro partitions, the data is table related data is stored in n number of micro partitions. If you are searching for the particular set of the result set, instead of searching the n number of micro partitions, directly it will go into the particular micro partitions, and then it will retrieve the data. So that what is the benefit here? Instead of searching the all the micro partitions, it will go into the particular micro partitions, and then it will retrieve the data, so that you can consume the execution of the time of your SQL code. Then how this Snowflake will know how how this snowflake will know? If you write a select star from table where name equal to y, then it will go into the only particular micro partitions. How the snowflake will come to know that the y is available in the micro partition 3 and 4. So we have some metadata table. Suppose when you store a data into a table, automatically the data will be stored into the micro partitions. That micro partitions will be having the for each and every micro partitions will be having the serial numbers for the micro partitions. The serial number and the micro partition details will be written into the some metadata tables. There it will mention that this micro partition is having the data from this range, and then from this table. So using that metadata tables, when you query for your table, then it will check the metadata tables, and then so based on that it will identify the which micro partition has the data for your query, and then directly it will go into the particular micro partition, and then it will bring the data for you. So that instead of searching all the micro partitions, instead of searching the n number of micro partitions, directly it will go into the particular micro partition, nothing but micro partition number 3 and then micro partition number 4. So it will save the to search the remaining 2 micro partitions. It will go into the directly 3 and 4 micro partition, and it will bring the data for you. And one more thing is, so as you have a data in column format in Snowflake, instead of searching in your in your suppose if you write select star from table where name equal to y, it will come into the name column, and it will traverse all the records, and it will identify the y, and then it will bring the entire record for you guys. So this is and all. It will take the long process to search the data and then return the data. So to overcome all these things, in Snowflake they have designed the architecture in a very simplified manner. So whatever you want, suppose if you want to y, only it will come and then it will search into the only this way, and then it will bring the data for you guys. So this is about the database storage layer in the architecture of Snowflake. So whenever you will, once again I'm repeating, just make a note down somewhere, guys. What is the meaning of micro partitions? What is the meaning of column format? What is the meaning of this database storage layer? How the data is going to store? So everything you need to know, and then whatever we are discussing here, just if you explain all these things, this is more than enough, guys. See, database layer is one of the component in the Snowflake where you are going to store your business data into your Snowflake. Whenever you load the data from the multiple files from the different sources, obviously the data is going to store in a Snowflake in a tables and in a multiple micro partitions format. Whenever the data is loaded into the micro partitions address and the details will be available in the metadata tables in the Snowflake. So by using that metadata tables, if you query on a particular table by using the address of the metadata, by using the address of the micro partitions which are available in the metadata tables, directly it will go into the particular micro partition, and then it will bring the data for you. So instead of searching the n number of micro partitions, it will go into the particular number of micro partitions, and it will bring the data. So this can be called as a optimal way. So instead of traversing all the things, so directly you are going to the particular things and bring the data, so that you can able to see the robust performance comparing to other data warehouse. So this is about a storage layer discussion, guys. Any doubts here? This is the storage layer. Any doubts here? Yes,
So
I need a yes.
that metadata tables contain all the information about the micropartition, right?
Yes, address of the micro partition, and then so it will be having that address of the micro partition. Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Guys, any other
Here
question?
one more
Because
doubt.
yes,
Sir, in the traditional database Oracle, like we have row IDs and some other things, right?
okay.
So based on that also we'll get the query in the quickly, right? So what is the difference between that row ID and here that address of the metadata table?
Row ID means I didn't get you. May I know your name, please?
Sir, so now if I'll store the data in one row in the Oracle table, it will save with one address, address of the not primary key.
I understand your question. See here, actually, see row ID when you create a index, not only Oracle, whatever the RDBMS, traditional RDBMS, when you store the data in your traditional RDBMS, on top of that, if you create a indexes on the table, then only this row ID concept will come into picture, guy. Actually, see, if you don't create any indexes on the table, then this table can be called as a hash table or a heap table. See, until you create a indexes on the particular table, you will not be able to see the address of the any data in your RDBMS tables. If you create a indexes on that, if you create a indexes on the particular table, so it will create a balanced tree in the database based on that. That is different concept. Again, we need to go to that concept. We need to discuss half an hour on that. But yes, for your question, if you create a index on that, for that particular data pages in your database, so there in RDBMS, whatever we have a micro partitions in the Snowflake, there in RDBMS data pages where the data is going to store. Until you create indexes, your data will not be having the row ID. Fine.
Sir,
Hello.
yes, sir.
May I know your name? Your name, please.
Raju, sir.
Raju. See, I understand your question. Until we create a indexes on a table in RDBMS, row ID concept will not come. Row ID or key ID. Yes, once you create a indexes on your column or a table, then your row ID will come, and then again that balanced tree concept will start. So that is different again. So here,
Okay.
by default, when you store your data, by default you will maintain address in a metadata instead of searching all the n number of micro partitions, you will go into a particular micro partition. Have you got the differences now?
Yes, sir, I got it.
Clear or not? Still, if you have any confusion,
Clear, sir.
let me know. Clear, huh?
No, no. Clear, sir.
Super, super, super. Now next. So we are done with the database storage layer discussion. We are done with the database storage layer discussion, and then we'll go to the query processing layer. Query processing layer. So how does database storage layer is important in your Snowflake? This query processing layer is also very much important. In single word, I can say this query processing layer is virtual compute warehouse. Virtual guys, I can recommend you to make some running note also. I will share this content after this end of the session. After this end of the session, make some running note also. So this query processing layer is a hardware component which can be called as a virtual compute warehouse. Virtual compute warehouse. Virtual compute warehouse. Fine. So how your database storage is a storage component. This is virtual warehouse or query processing layer is also compute component. Compute component nothing but a hardware component, the combination of RAM, CPU, motherboard, everything. So this is very much important. This query processing layer or a virtual warehouse computer, virtual warehouse component is very much important, because how you are going to store your data into your storage component. This virtual compute warehouse, what it will do, whatever the operations you do in your Snowflake data warehouse, whatever the operation, if you are loading a data, if you are submitting your workloads into if you are submitting your workloads into your Snowflake, what is the meaning of workloads? Workloads nothing but a number of SQL queries. If the number of users are connecting to your Snowflake and then they are retrieving a data, right? If you are processing a large volume of data, if concurrent users are accessing your Snowflake data, whatever the operations you do, your virtual compute warehouse components are very much required, which are a hardware component in your Snowflake, which are a hardware component in your Snowflake. So whatever you do, data load or the data processing, data retrieval, your hardware resources are required to process your request, to process your request, to process your request. See here, virtual warehouses or hardware resources can create the multiple right. See here, till here you are clear, huh? I will tell you. See, this query processing layer is the virtual warehouse, which is a compute layer, and then this is a hardware resources. This is a hardware resource to your Snowflake. It will be useful, and it will be required to process all the requests for your all your requests in your Snowflake. The requests are either you may be submitting your workloads or queries, or you are accessing a data from the retrieving a data from the Snowflake, or loading the data into Snowflake. To process all these requests, your virtual compute warehouses are required, which are a hardware resources. Till here, this is the basic concept of this query processing layer. This is clear or not? So if you clear on this, next I will go into the next points in the query processing layer.
Okay, miss. In the query processing layer, virtual warehouses is the hardware component which
Hardware
process
component.
the request.
See, in your traditional database or a data warehouse, you will be having the CPUs, memories, and then everything, right? Like
Right.
that, this is also a virtual warehouse. Virtual warehouse is the hardware resources in your Snowflake. So just you can't able to see those physical devices, those things and all. This is architecture. I will show you how to create the virtual warehouses, how it looks like. So you need to create virtual warehouse. This is also one of the object, like how you are creating a table. So this virtual warehouse is also one of the object in your Snowflake. You are going to create. You are going to create a virtual warehouses. Fine,
Okay.
guys.
Yes.
So now, so you dedicatedly you can able to create a separate virtual warehouses for the each project or each team. Please make a note down. Dedicatedly you can able to create a virtual compute warehouse or virtual warehouses for each project and each team separately. So whenever you are going to work with the Snowflake as a particular team or a particular project, you can able to access only your project related virtual compute warehouse, so that there is no dependency between the each and every virtual compute warehouse. You can able to do your tasks very easily, and then you can able to execute the things very fastly, so that you can able to see the result very faster. Okay, fine. And also, see, I told you can create each virtual warehouse for each process to improve the performance and make the independent. These are the independent components. So we have a two types of virtual warehouses: single warehouse and then multi-cluster warehouse. Single warehouse can create with the different sizes. Multi-cluster warehouses can create with minimum and maximum clusters. So with minimum and maximum clusters. Yesterday I told you. So yesterday I told you actually a single warehouses will be created with the different sizes, and then multi cluster warehouse can be created with the minimum and maximum number of customer clusters. We will be having the separated discussion on the virtual compute warehouse. So where I am going to show you what are the different sizes are there, how the pricing will be happening, and what is the multi-cluster warehouse, and then what are the options we have, how do we create everything. I am going to show you. We have one separate session on the virtual compute warehouse. We will see more details on, because this is very much important, and then you will get the multiple questions on this virtual compute warehouse also. I am going to take one separate session on the virtual compute warehouse. We will see the in detail details of the component. So for now, So you can able to see, we can able to tell that this query processing layer is a virtual compute warehouse, and then virtual compute warehouse, which is a hardware resources to your Snowflake. Guys, any doubt in your virtual this query processing layer? Hello,
No, sir.
clear, right?
Yes.
I will share you this content. I will share you this note also once completion of this discussion. So next layer is a cloud services layer. So we are done with the database storage and then query processing layer discussion, right? Agree?
Yes.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah. So we have a cloud services layer. What is this cloud services layer? You see here. So this is the top layer. This is a very much a top layer, and then it will handle the entire Snowflake, guys. This is the very first layer in your Snowflake architecture. This is the key component in your Snowflake architecture. It will take care of everything of your Snowflake till when you create a account in your Snowflake. When you create your Snowflake account, so your username, your password, and your account details will be taken care by your cloud service layer. So all the access control related information will be checked, managed by your cloud service layer. When you log in into Snowflake, when you log in into your Snowflake account, initially your cloud service layer will be cross-verified with your details. Then only it will allow you to log in into your. Then only allow you to log in into your Snowflake. So without this layer, your Snowflake will not work. So this is a top layer. This is very much important layer. It will take care of your access control related things, and also whatever you store the data into Snowflake, whatever the data is your processing, whatever your workloads are executing or queries are executing, your cloud service layer will be managed, your storage component, and also your virtual compute warehouse also. Everything will be managed by your cloud service layer. See, if you execute one query in your Snowflake, till once you hit the query in your Snowflake data warehouse, till you get the result into the end users, entire thing will be taken care by. What it will do, it will receive the request from the user. Suppose Razu is executing one SQL query in Snowflake. When the Razu is started to execute the SQL query in Snowflake, what this cloud service layer will do, it will parse your query. What is the meaning of parse? What is the meaning of parse? Parse nothing but it will check the syntactical thing, and then if everything goes well, then it will send this request will go into the next level. So when you hit the query into your Snowflake, initial layer, cloud service layer will accept your request. It will pass the query, and then it will pass into the next virtual compute warehouse. Layer. There you will be having the cache. Cache nothing but this is one of the memory. Already, if the cache is available, if already cache has a data for your query in the virtual compute layer, then it will return the data from the cache itself. The cache is don't have in virtual compute warehouse layer, then the request will go into your storage layer, where the data is going to store in the Snowflake. So from there, the data will be returned into your cloud service layer. So what I mean to say, cloud service layer will accept the request, and then it will push into the next level, and then it will bring the data, and then it will submit into the end users. So this is one of the things, and also remaining things it will take care of the infrastructure manager and then metadata manager. I told you metadata, those things and all, whatever the metadata tables will be having, those things and all it will taken care by your cloud service layer. So this is about the cloud service layer, guys. Then now we have discussed database storage, and then query processing, and then database cloud service layer. Guys, any doubts in this description architecture? Hello?
Good, sir. Good. Yeah.
Good, right?
Yes, good.
Yeah. You can contact the institute. They will share you the material. They will share you whatever whatever we are discussing here. This material, everything the institute people will share you guys. Just contact to the institute guys and then ask for the material and then they will share you this material guys. Is that fine? So tomorrow we will be tomorrow we will discuss on the in detail of the virtual compute warehouse and also how the pricing is doing and then what are the different editions are available in the Snowflake. Tomorrow we will continue with that class, guys. Is that fine?
Fine,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Sir, I
Yeah.
have question. Sir, can you practically a small query and how to
Sorry?
store it? Miss, can you give one example how to store the data in the column and what mechanism they use like metadata how data is address is stored in the metadata.
Metadata tables I will give you, but actually when you store your data into Snowflake, how the data is going to store in the Snowflake, that we can't see actually. We can't see that one actually. The internally it is happening.
Okay,
But
okay,
we
okay.
but we can able to see the metadata, how the data is stored and what is the address. We can able to see the metadata. As part of the course, I will give you that metadata tables.
Okay, sure.
Fine. Any other questions? Any other questions, guys?
Sir, we are loading to files in same like SSIS packages like we are here using.
See, in SSIS package, what you will do, so you will have you will having the some CSV files in your some shared locations or in some
Yes.
different sources. From that CSV files, initially you will load the data into your staging tables, right? So from
Yes.
there and then on top of that staging tables, you will apply the lot of transformations or you will write a number of stored positions on top of your staging tables and then required data you will load the data into your target tables which are available in the production servers, right? That is the thing happening in your SS package, correct?
Yes. Yes.
In Snowflake, what you will do, the advantage of the Snowflake is instead of loading a data into your staging tables, directly you will load the files into Snowflake. So from there you can able to do a ETL. The
Hello.
that is the advantage. Directly we load the files into Snowflake.
Okay.
So once you load
Okay.
the files into Snowflake, so from there you can able to do the ETL or ELT, whatever you want. So that is the advantage
Okay.
and beauty of your Snowflake. So in case of your on-prem SQL Server SSIS, you can't able to load the files. You can load the data from the files, but you can't able to load the files into your SQL Server, right?
Yes.
You got the difference.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's what there's a very much beautiful concepts and beautiful advantages are there in the Snowflake case actually. Clear?
Clear. Thank you.
Shall we continue tomorrow?
Yeah,
If
sure.
you have any questions, you can ask me, or else we'll continue tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys. We will meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Fine. See, single warehouse the thing, but yeah, it will be having the different sizes, right? it will be having the different sizes. So based on the usage and requirement, we can choose the size and create the warehouse. I will show you. So what is all the options. And second one is multi-cluster warehouse. Multi-cluster warehouse is, we have a, see here, 1 second. Multi-cluster warehouse, we have a mode and we have a scaling policy. Mode, scaling policy. This is standard and economy. Standard and economy. See? Standard and economy. So here auto scale and then maximized. Auto scale and maximized. The combination, we can create this multi-cluster warehouse like this. Combination. Don't get confusion. I will explain all these things. Maximized. Fine. So this is the best practice. Now let me explain one by one. So I am discussing about the first one, auto scale and then standard. If you select the auto scale, see, first of all, what is the meaning of this virtual warehouse? Nothing but this virtual warehouse. Once again, I'm repeating you guys. So the way the virtual, this is the virtual warehouse. How you are going to create a virtual warehouse? See, this is a single virtual warehouse option. You need to provide your virtual warehouse name, and then you have a different sizes. This is a single virtual warehouse. If you come down, you have a option multi-cluster warehouse. If you select this multi-cluster warehouse, you have these many options. I will tell you all these options, and then what's the purpose of these options. First of all, this virtual warehouse is a Snowflake component. So which is the hardware component to your Snowflake? Yesterday already I have explained this, which is a hardware component and which is very much essential, for your all the tasks like data processing, data loading, and data retrieving, and then while submitting a queries to perform all these activities. Your virtual compute warehouse is very much essential. This is a hardware component, purely hardware component. So this is the single virtual warehouse, and then this is multi-cluster. Single virtual warehouse completely you will create a virtual warehouse, and then you will select the different sizes, small, X small, medium, large, X large, double X large, and the triple X large, like that. So based on the requirement, you will select the different sizes and create the virtual warehouse. In case of a multi-cluster warehouse, you have two options. You need to make a note down, and you have to remember all these things, guys. You have two options: mode and then scaling policy. In mode, you have two options: auto scale and then maximized. In scaling policy, you have a standard and then economy. So what is the meaning of this auto scale? What is the meaning of this auto scale and then standard? So when you select this option, you will be having the minimum cluster, minimum cluster, maximum clusters. You can give maximum clusters. You can give minimum cluster is 1 and maximum cluster is 5. And then, so this is mode. This is mode auto scale. This is mode auto scale, and then standard. This is scaling policy. So what it will do, if you select this combination, what it will do, suppose if you try to load the data around 10 TB of data into a Snowflake, 10 TB of data load. Data load 10 TB of data. Fine, this is one of the scenario. If you are trying to load a 10 TB of data into your Snowflake, so what it will do, if you create your virtual warehouse with the multi-cluster warehouse along with the mode as a auto scale and then scaling policy as a standard, and if you select the minimum cluster is 1 and then maximum cluster is 5, what it will do internally, before loading a data, internally it will calculate. So how many clusters are required? For this process? First, it will start with the 1. Directly, it will not start with the 5. It will start with the 1, and then it will start loading the data. If the minimum cluster is not sufficient, minimum cluster 1 is not sufficient, and then it will increase the maximum clusters to 2, and then even 2 is also not sufficient, and it will increase to 3, and it will increase to 4, and it will increase to 5, like that. So based on the requirement, based on the workload, based on the data processing, based on the data load, the maximum clusters will be increased. Maximum clusters will be increased. So this is the one case data load. Suppose you are submitting complex SQL code. Around 10. You're submitting 10 complex SQL code to execute the SQL code and then to retrieve the data from the Snowflake. So here also what it will do, so it will calculate internally. So when you submit, suppose the user name called XYZ, he has submitted around 3 queries. The user name ABC, he has submitted 4 queries. Another user has submitted 3 queries. So multi-users are submitted to Snowflake to execute their queries. Totally, we have 10 queries in the queue. So based on the workload, based on the complexity of the SQL code, then it will internally the multi-cluster warehouse will calculate that how many clusters are required for this 10 queries. Then those many clusters will be increased one by one. If those SQL queries are required maximum number of 5 customers, 5 clusters, then it will increase the 1 by 1 plus 2, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, like that. So, so based on the workload and then based on the data processing, based on the data load, it will calculate and then it will increase the number of clusters. So you can call it as a clusters or a servers. You can call it as a clusters or a servers. It will provide the hardware resources to your actual process. So overall, what is the meaning of this mode equal to auto scale and then scaling policy equal to standard means? So based on the requirement, the maximum number of customers will be added one by one based on the query or then based on the data. So this is about the auto scale and then standard. This is clear or not? This is clear or not, guys? If you clear this, then you will be understand further points. If you don't understand, then I will repeat once again. Tell me, confirm me, guys.
Good,
If you are understand, sorry.
So cluster means the space, no, virtual space, where we data stored, like.
No, not in a virtual. No. Sorry. You see, clusters mean. Suppose I will give you example. Just compare for comparison. This is not in a data storage component. Virtual warehouse. This is a completely your hardware component to your Snowflake. Let's consider. So in your system, you will be having the RAM, right? RAM.
Right. Yes.
Suppose if your 4 GB is if 4 GB RAM is not sufficient, then what you will do?
We will increase the RAM
to 8 GB. And then
yes.
The motherboard CPU capacity is not sufficient. What you will do?
We will increase the capacity of the CPU.
Like that only. So the multi-cluster warehouse or single cluster warehouse, purely hardware component. If your existing warehouse size is not sufficient, then you will increase the next size, like that. This is not a storage company. This is completely hardware component. I'm repeating again and again. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
This point is clear or not clear? If this is clear, then I will go with the auto scale and then economy.
Explain about standard.
Your voice is not clear.
Sir, just once again explain this standard concept.
Standard and then auto scale and then standard. Auto scale and then standard.
Scaling policy standard. Only that.
No. Scaling policy standard. This is the not only a scaling policy standard. The combination of the mode and then scaling policy. It will not come only a standard. So the combination of mode. If you select auto scale, the scaling policy here. I will tell you. That's okay, fine, guys. If you ask me a number of questions also, not a problem. But the thing is, you guys need to understand. See here, the mode. What I said, the mode auto scale. Agree? Mode auto scale. Agree? Say yes or no?
Yes.
And then maximum number of customers, minimum customers. I have selected 1 to 5. Whatever you select. Agree?
Yes.
And then I have selected scaling policy standard. Agree?
Correct.
So you can't select only a standard or you can't select only auto scale. This is a combination. So what is the meaning of this overall? I will tell you in one point. So based on the workload, based on the data load, based on the query processing, based on the data processing, your maximum number of customers, if you define as a maximum number of clusters to 6, so first it will check with the minimum. So it will check whether the workload or a data processing or a data load is sufficient with the one cluster, it will check. If it is not sufficient with the one cluster, it will increase to internally it will increase to 2. If this is not sufficient, internally it will increase to 3. Internally it will increase to 4. Internally it will increase to 5. Internally it will increase to 6. As you have defined as a maximum clusters 6. Is that fine or not?
Okay.
And then even for your queries also, so this is about a auto scale and then standard.
Right.
In case
So,
of auto scale and then
So when we will decide that with the autos we can use the standard or economy maximum.
I will tell you. So I will tell you the differences. So standard auto scale and then standard auto scale and then economy. Then we will come to know in which situation we are going to use these things and all. Fine.
And the cluster which means 1 to 5 that is automatically increase as per the data load, or we have to increase our like whenever we have a more number of data.
No. See, while creation of a multi-cluster warehouse, you will define like this: 1 and then 6. You will give the maximum number of clusters. You will give the 6.
Okay.
Fine.
Means defaultly we provide 1 to 6, right? Likewise.
First, you will provide the 1 to 6.
Okay.
What your Snowflake will do based on the requirement, as you have created this maximum number of 6, even though you have provided a maximum number of 6, it will not use the maximum number of 6 customers, because everywhere the costs are involved. If you select the 6, the different size. If it is using the 2, different size. So to save the cost, first it will go with the minimum number of customers. No, minimum number of clusters. Fine.
Right.
So based on your data processing, even though if you select a maximum number of clusters, it will not directly go and then use the maximum number of customers directly. It will start with the one by one. If the things are not sufficient, then it will go to the 6.
Okay.
Is clear or not?
Yes.
Still confusion, huh?
Is internally going to miss 1 by 1, or we have to?
No, internal. No, that's not internal. See, you defined 6 maximum number of customers 6. Okay.
Then
You
internally
define maximum.
data.
You have created a virtual warehouse. 1 second.
Right. Yes. And sir, this is you are doing on the app.snowflake.com.
Sorry.
This is you are creating the warehouse in app.snowflake.com, right? Yeah.
No, that I will show you. That I will show you how do you create account, those things and all. Okay. I will show you how do you create those things and all. Don't confuse with that.
Okay. Miss, my question is only that whenever we define 1 to 6, then as per the data, it means the Snowflake internally increase the suppose we have 10 TB data, then we will we will use only one virtual warehouse, only one. Then
Sorry?
if it is 0.
See, I have created this multi-cluster warehouse.
Okay.
Fine. Multi-cluster warehouse. Edit. See, you are able to see the sample multi-cluster warehouse, right? Sample multi-cluster warehouse. Just now I have created.
Yes,
fine.
yes. Yes.
I have created sample multi-cluster warehouse with these very details. What are the details I have given? Just let me know.
1 to 6, 10 and standard. Yeah.
I have given these many options. What is the meaning of this means? Directly it will not use the maximum number of customers. Directly maximum cluster, it will not use the maximum clusters. It will use one by one. If the things are not sufficient, then it will go into the 6. Fine.
Yeah, correct. That is okay. Okay.
Clear or not clear?
Yes, it's clear. Sir. Yes.
Now I will go with the one by one. Jayant.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir. Yes.
Jayant. And then Manohar. Manohar. What about Rajesh? Hello.
Sir, it's clear, sir, for me.
Right. Raju.
Yes, clear, sir, for me.
Fine. Then we'll go with the other option. So now we have selected standard, which is the auto scale. Now we can go with the economy. Economy. Here also you will select, you will do the same thing. Here also you will select the maximum and then minimum number of clusters like this. What it will do, if you select the economy, in case of a standard, whenever you upload the data or whenever you submitted your complex queries, it will calculate and then it will increase. What this economy will do, suppose if you select a 10 SQL queries to your Snowflake, it will calculate that. It will calculate internally if the 10 queries can be completed within the 6 minutes. If the 10 complex queries can be executed within the 6 minutes, then it will go with the existing clusters. If the 10 queries are not sufficient to execute within the 6 minutes, then it will increase the next clusters. I will tell you once again. Here, so based on the workload, based on the data load, it will increase the next cluster. Here it will wait for the 6 minutes. It will internally calculate by the Snowflake if the queries can be executed within the 6 minutes. Whatever the queries are there in the queue, when you submit, it will be there in the queue in the Snowflake. Whatever the queries are there, whatever the data load size is there, they can able to submit within the 6 minutes, then it will go with the minimum number of cluster number 1. If the things are not able to complete within the 6 minutes, then it will increase the next maximum number of clusters. This is about economy.
Okay.
Guys, clear or not? Tell me.
Yes. Means in this economy, whenever we select the scaling policy and economy, whenever we run the queries, it will wait for 6 minutes approx. After that,
no. Internally, it will not wait. Internally, it will calculate whatever you guys are submitted 10 queries. Internally, it will calculate. Okay. It will consider that I received the 10 queries. I can able to complete these queries within 6 minutes or not. Yes, I am able to complete these queries in 6 minutes. Then it will go with the minimum clusters. If these queries are not able to complete within the 6 minutes, then it will increase with the next maximum number of customers. Clear or not? Tell me.
Okay.
No. Still, if you have any doubts, ask me. Then I will tell you.
Standard is also increasing the cluster and economy is also increasing the cluster. The difference is only that thing. It's
Usually see maximum number of customers. The concept is to increase the clusters based on the requirement. But the thing is, the economy is so based on the time, the 6 minutes.
Okay. Right. Yes.
Based on the time 6 minutes. The major funda to declare or define a maximum number of customers to give a more capacity to your hard disk. So here is it will calculate internally whatever the queries are there in the queue. If I am able to complete those in 6 minutes, then I will use existing thing, or else I will increase the maximum number of customers, maximum number of clusters. That is the major difference here. But in real scenarios, we will go with this option only. This is the best practice.
Okay.
This is the best practice. And then what about third option is maximized. I will show you here. See, if you select maximized, there is no minimum and then maximum customers. There is no scaling policy. See here, if you select maximized, you will be having the only cluster option. Select some clusters option. So there is no scaling policy. Maximized means if you define clusters as a 5, please observe the difference and then make a note somewhere. If you define a maximized clusters equal to 5 means when you submit all these things, instead of increasing one by one, all the clusters are used for your data processing parallelly. All the defined clusters are used parallelly to complete your task. This is the major difference. So here, based on the capacity, it will increase in these two options. Based on the workload and capacity, the clusters are increased. Fine. So here in maximize and then clusters, it will be maximize and then clusters. It will be used parallelly. All the clusters at a time. Clear or not? But this is not recommendable. Because if you select very small query also, then it will try to use all the clusters at a time. When you use number of more clusters, then it will charge that amount onto your organization. So whenever you try to use minimum number of clusters and then minimum number of storage component, then it will charge that much of amount only. If you use more storage capacity and then more hardware disk, virtual warehouse, then it will cost more on your organization. Clear, guys?
Yes.
This is clear or not? Virtual warehouse or virtual multi-cluster warehouse. Guys, no.
Good, Shekhar.
Okay. So in single virtual warehouse, in clustered virtual warehouse, we have a common options, advanced options. I will tell you. Auto resume, auto suspend, so this is the common for your single virtual warehouse and multi-cluster warehouse. What is this auto resume? Auto resume yes. Auto suspend yes. So here there is no option yes. You need to select this like this. Yes or no, like this. Fine. See, auto resume is nothing but let's discuss about auto suspend is. What is the meaning? Suppose this is your Snowflake session. This is your Snowflake session. Fine. And this is your virtual warehouse. You created recently, right? This one, guys. Sample multi-cluster warehouse recently. Just now we have created this one. So what it will do, auto suspend. If after 10 minutes, if you give it 10 minutes here, auto suspend, yes. After 10 minutes, if you are not using your virtual warehouse, then it will go automatically into suspension mode. It will go automatically into suspension mode. When it is going into suspension mode, then the charges are not applicable. Charges are not applicable, and then you are saving cost to your organization. Fine. So this is the beautiful option actually. If you are working continuously, then it will be in active mode. If you are not working, continuously 10 minutes, then it will go into a suspension mode. And then again, when you restart your session, then it will come into this one auto resume. Automatically it will resume, and then it will active. So what is the purpose, and then what is the meaning? What is the benefit of this means? See, you are using your Snowflake for continuous 1 hour. So you kept aside your work and then you went outside. So after 10 minutes, so whatever you used for 1 hour, then it will charge for you. Whenever you kept aside and then you went outside, after 10 minutes, automatically it will go into a suspension mode. So at that time, what it will do, it will start to charge on you. Then it is saving cost for you. So that is the beauty of the Snowflake. Whatever you use, you are paying for that only. So if you are not using continuously for 1 week, then it is not going to charge on you. So this is the beauty of your Snowflake. Have you cleared these options, guys, or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So whatever I have shown you, how do you create a virtual warehouse? This is a, so we will create again, just this is the theoretical part. So this is the syntax to create the virtual warehouse. This is the SQL syntax to create the virtual. We will create one by one. Just this is a theoretical discussion. If you are not clear on this thing, just let me know. If you are clear, then so we will close the session and then we will continue tomorrow with the pricing, how the prices are applicable on your Snowflake when you are using, and then we will see the Snowflake editions by tomorrow. If you are clear, then okay. If you are not clear, just ask me. Then we will discuss all these things. These and all very much important concepts. You need to understand. You need to make a note. You need to remember. You will get a questions, interview questions on also on this concepts. Guys, clear or not?
Hmm.
Hello.
Clear. Clear, sir.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, super. If you have any doubts, you can ask me so that we can discuss.
Today only I joined first time. Previous classes, how many classes, sir, previously happened?
May I know your name?
My name is Rajesh Kumar.
Rajesh. That's fine, Rajesh. Whatever happened in previous class, then I will try to provide you the things. Just whatever we have discussed, theoretical things we have discussed. Continue with that.
Yeah.
Then whenever I get a time, then I will let you know all these things. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah, okay, sir.
So we have started with the basics and then the theoretical part. We have not started any like practical things. Just continue with this. Then we will proceed. No, not a problem.
The duration, how many days, sir?
35 classes, Rajesh.
Okay.
Guys, any doubts?
No, sir.
Shall we close the session and continue tomorrow, same time?
Okay, sir.
Fine. Thank you, guys. We will meet tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Yes.
So you need to contact the institute for the notes.
Okay.
They will give you.
Okay.
Fine.
Yes.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you.
virtual warehouse will be charged based on the credits. Nothing what? They will measure the charge or cost. So based on the number of credits you use, suppose if you use X small, virtual warehouse, so for 1 hour they will allocate you 1 credit. For 1 credit, how much they need to pay? How much they need to charge? They will see for 1 credit, $2.7, $4 for different edition, $5.4 into another edition. Suppose if you use large, for 1 hour they are going to consider 8 credits. 8 credits into $2.7 for this edition. 8 credits into $4 for this edition. 5.4 into 8 credits for this edition. So based on that, they are going to charge you guys. Have you clear about this virtual warehouse calculation or not? Tell me.
Yes.
Confirm me, everyone. Confirm me, everyone. If you
Yes.
clear, then I will proceed further.
Yes.
Clear,
Yes,
right? So this is about the hardware component usage calculation. What about the storage? See, if you have taken Snowflake subscription. Suppose let's consider this is the January month. So your organization has assumed that the business is going to start from the January, but unfortunately the business got delayed. Already you have taken the subscription, but you are not using. In such case, you need to pay $25 per month if you are not using anything, but you have taken a subscription. And or if you have taken the subscription and you have started to use your Snowflake. In this case, for 1 TB you need $2. For 1 TB you need to pay $40 per month. If you use 100 TB, 100 into $40 per month you need to pay. So the cost will be in two ways actually. You need to pay for the storage and you need to pay for the compute virtual warehouse. So this is the way they are going to charge you guys. Is this clear or not? So this is minimum $25 you need to pay if you are not using. Suppose if you are using, you started to load the data, so you need to pay $40 per TB. If you use 500 GB, then it will be divided into that part. So like that it will go. So this is about the pricing details on your hardware resources and your storage component. Clear or not?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are the different virtual warehouse sizes. So these are the credits. These credits are very much important. So based on these credits, they have already defined. Boss, if you created your virtual warehouse with the medium size, so in this case, we are going to allocate you 4 credits per hour, and then 4 into, so based on the edition, and then the $2.7, like that they are going to charge you. So this is very much important. You have to understand what is the different size of warehouse sizes and what are the credits, how they are going to start pricing on you. So this is about the pricing. Pricing. If you have any doubts in the understanding on the pricing, just let me know. We will discuss and then we will proceed further. If you are clear, just confirm me. Then we will discuss next topics. And
Yes,
also, always I am trying to tell you, please make a note somewhere as a running note. Sure,
yes, sir.
guys. Clear or not clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we'll go to discuss the different editions are available in the Snowflake. Different editions. We have 4 editions actually: standard, enterprise, business critical, virtual private. So I'm repeating once again. So you need to make a note also. So we have a standard edition, we have an enterprise edition, we have a business critical edition, we have a virtual private edition. So these are the 4 types of editions we have in Snowflake. In general, or in projects, we are using this business critical. We are using this business critical edition for our business purpose. We are using this business critical for our business purpose in our companies. Then we'll see what are the options are available. What are the different benefits or great features are available in the each editions. The standard is very basic edition. Very basic edition. Here, whatever the data is you are going to store, that is in a encryption format. Time travel is up to 1 day. Now, the time travel is one of the great feature in Snowflake. What is the meaning of the time travel? Time travel means, suppose already I have explained in very first class, but let me repeat that one. Time travel nothing but if the data is modified from the table. So after modification of the data from the table, so you came to know that. So this is not the whatever you have done the modification, then that is not that is not a good modification. You need to restore the original data into your table. So in such scenario, in Snowflake has provided you an option, the time travel option. Nothing but you can go back to the history of the table, and then you can bring the original data and restore the original data to table. So in the standard edition, this history will be available for only 1 day. So suppose if you done the modification to the table today 6 o'clock, till tomorrow 6 o'clock, you can able to go to the history of the table and then bring the original data and then restore the data. It will available for only 1 day. If you cross that 1 day, then it is not possible. And then what about the disaster recovery? Disaster recovery nothing but suppose if databases go offline, then you can able to bring that into online. What about this data share? Data share nothing but a secure data share. So you can able to share the data between the Snowflake accounts. This is about your standard edition. Coming to the enterprise edition, whatever the features are available in the standard, that will be available. That is very basic. Second one is multi-cluster warehouse. Yesterday we have discussed single warehouse and then multi-cluster warehouse. In standard edition only you can work with a single warehouse. This enterprise edition will be supporting the multi-cluster warehouse also. This time travel in enterprise edition will be there for 90 days. In case of standard, time travel will be available only 1 day. In case of enterprise, time travel option will be around till 90 days. So this is a great feature actually. So suppose 90 days means if you have done your modifications today, till 90 days, if you want to bring the data, then it will be available for the 90 days. So within the time, any time you can able to go back to the history of the table and then bring the data. And then next, what is this materialized views? Materialized views, one of the concept in Snowflake which is used to improve your improve the performance of your SQL query. Suppose your select statement is taking around 5 seconds to return the data. On top of that, if you create a materialized view, then you can able to bring the data in within 1 second. The beauty of this materialized view is it will improve the performance of your SQL query. It will improve the performance of your SQL query, where your SQL query is taking 1 minute, but your materialized view will give the result within a fraction of seconds. So that is the great feature of great benefit of your materialized view. Search optimization, column level security, these things are all provided in enterprise option. In business critical, so whatever the features are available in the enterprise edition, by default that will be there. Additionally, all the objects, all the things are encrypted everywhere. All the options, whatever you are going to create the objects, those are encrypted everywhere in the internally. We can't see those encryption and all, but internally it is happening. Internally it is happening. So that is a great feature. What already enterprise edition has the so many features. Those features are available with the business critical plus this data encryption everywhere, and then failover and then disaster recovery. So failover and then disaster recovery, nothing but if your database is crash, and then you can able to bring that database into online. Bring that database into online. So this is the great feature in the business critical edition. What about the virtual private? All business critical features are available in the virtual private, and then the extra is you need to create a separate environment, separate servers for different environments. Suppose if you are maintaining QA server, if you are maintaining testing server, if you are maintaining dev server, if you are maintaining production server, so for that you need to create a separate servers in your virtual private. So this is about your Snowflake editions, guys. Any doubts in this? These are some theoretical parts. You will get the interview questions. What are the different types of editions are available in Snowflake and explain them. And also you will get the what is warehouse, what is multi-clustering warehouse, and what is the Snowflake architecture, how many layers are there, what are the functionality of those architecture. Can you explain all those things? These are the theoretical concepts. So you have to, for sure, you have to remember, understand, and explain thoroughly. Whatever we are discussing in the sessions, if you understand that and explain it clearly, whatever we have discussed here, that is 100%, 1000% more than enough, guys. That's why I am asking you. I will share you the note. Along with me. You also prepare your some points in your notes, so that you will check the material and then you will check the note, so you will become a comfortable. If you get any doubts, again you will come back to me and we will discuss on the same topic, so that you will become a comfortable. So this is about the editions, guy. Any doubts? Let me know. Any doubts? Let me know. Just open your mouth, guys.
No, sir, but I wanted to know in a typical real-time environment or a real-time project, typically a dev or QA or a production environment, what are the additions might be there? I mean, will be there. Whether the dev will be having only standard edition or whether the QA having enterprise edition only or the production might.
Usually in our real scenarios in organization, we all are using business critical for all the requirements.
Okay.
Next question. If you don't have any questions, then we'll move into another topic to discuss.
No, sir. Understood.
Fine.
Yeah, then we'll go how to connect to Snowflake. Web user interface. Second one is NoSQL through the DOS command. Through the DOS command. So we can able to connect your Snowflake. You can able to connect your Snowflake using your web user interface or using Snowflake or no use NoSQL using DOS command. And also apart from this, we have some other options also, but majorly we are using these two options only. Some other options also available, JDBC drivers, ODBC drivers, those things and all. But in real time scenarios, as per my experience, we have used only these two options. Only these two options. Then, as part of our regular classes, daily we are using this web user interfaces, this NoSQL and then DOS command things. We will be having the one session how do we use this NoSQL. Then now we'll see how to create the Snowflake account. How to create the Snowflake account. Fine. You need to follow the steps and create yourself. And then we'll explore what are the options are available in your Snowflake account. Then go to Google. So here make a note somewhere. Snowflake.com. Snowflake.com. Guys, have you make a note? Snowflake.com.
Yes.
I need confirmation from all, because you need to create account from your end. This is the free account. This is a free account. It will be available for the 1 month. You can practice in that environment. You need to create. You can create, which is very easy step. You can create from your end also. Just you need to follow what I am doing, right? Just this is snowflake.com. Enter the snowflake.com. Then you will get into this home page. Click on the start for free. Click on the start for free. So here, provide your all the details. First name, I will give the Durga Soft. Email ID, I will give my email ID. It will go into that. I will give the company name as Durga Soft. Role you need to select consultant. Location you need to select as a India. Guys, are you following or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So you need to give your personal details here. So once you have given everything, just continue. Click on the continue. See here, you need to select edition, standard or enterprise or business critical. I am selecting a business critical. You need to make a note down. You need to select a business critical option. This is the option to select the edition. Once you select the business critical, this is the option to select the cloud provider. You need to select the AWS. Guys, you are following or not?
Yes,
This
yes.
Snowflake.
Yeah.
Super. So you need to select the AWS. See here, it is asking continental information. So as we have selected India, just select this Asia specific Singapore. Then click on the get started. Click on the get started. Click on the get started. Now it will ask this many options. You can skip this one. You can skip this one. You can skip this one. See now, you are now signed up. An email to activate your account has been sent to your email ID. I will log in into my email ID. There you will get one link to activate the account. Snowflake.com. Activate your Snowflake account. Click on this. Click to activate. Click to activate. Then it will navigate to this page. Now give the username and then password. So this is the key here. You need to make a note this username and then password. I will give the Durga soft user 11. One second. So you need to give the username and you need to give the password and confirm password and then get started. So this is your home page of this is your home page of your Snowflake account. You need to make a note down like this. This is your account URL. This is username. This is password for your account. You need to save somewhere so that you can able to log in daily and then work. So this is the your when you create a account, then you will get this page at very first. Have you make a note down all the steps, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
See, when you get here this option, first option is worksheets. If you click on this worksheet, see here, you will have a plus worksheet. If you click on this, so from this option, from here you can able to query your SQL queries in this area. So this is one of the option. So worksheets where you are going to write your SQL queries. Next, data. So here you can able to create the database. Fine.
Yes.
So here if you want to create any new database, you can able to create new database. If you want to create any schemas, then you can able to create the new schemas from here. Like that. See, first one is worksheets is important, data is important, and then this. In admin, here we have warehouse option. Here you need to create your warehouse. So these are the three options you have to understand. So once go into your worksheet, then click on this latest one. So here you can able to create your own database. Create database sample database. So here you can able to see your sample database like that. So for now, just whatever we have followed the steps, you create from your end and then start exploring on the things. Whatever you can able to explore, you can explore, and whatever you need to understand, you can understand. So from tomorrow onwards, we will start using the coding and then the actual Snowflake uh, practical sessions. But before that, you need to create an account and be ready with, align with me, so that whatever we are going to discuss in the session, as a theoretical part and then coding part, I am going to share with you. I am going to share with you. Then you can able to practice from your end also.
Okay.
Guys, let me know if you have any trouble in understanding how to create the Snowflake account or something else. Why I am stopping till here means, at any cost, 100% you need to create account today. While coming to tomorrow session, you have to be ready with your account. So only after completion of the tomorrow session, I am going to share with you all the code, all the things, so that right immediately you can able to do the practice. Next, if you are not creating, if you are unable to create the account, if you are not able to create the account, you are not ready, then you are lacking, and then you are not able to do the practice, and then it is problem for you. So that what I am suggesting you, whatever the queries, whatever the difficulties you face, you need to at any cost create the account and be ready with the for tomorrow's class. That's why I am stopping the session here. Fine, guys.
Okay, sir.
Any difficulties
Okay,
here?
sir. No, sir.
No,
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 sir.
right? All good.
Yes, all good.
Tomorrow we will meet at same 6 a.m. guys.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we'll close the session for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Introduction to SQL Server. Right. So, introduction to DBMS or DBMS. Right. I mean, basic things. Those things we already discussed. So now today I'm going to start working with our actual scenario, that is SQL development. right? Correct, Aish. Yeah. Coming to next scenario. Today, I'm going to work with SQL Server related scenarios. See, basically, in project environment, we are going to work with minimum 3 servers. Okay. What are those three servers? Let us see. See, this is development server. Who is going to work with development server? Developers. SQL Server developers will be there. They are going to work with development server and they're going to develop the database. See, what is the meaning of development? Creating tables, writing commands, writing queries, stored procedures. So these are all comes under development tasks. So that we do in development server on, right? So after completion of the development, your database will be transferred to QA. In QA, test engineers team will be there. Okay, na? Here they're going to test the database developed by development team. After that, database will be transferred to production server. In production server, DBA team will be there. Database administration team. They're going to take care of production server. So in this overall scenario, in development environment and QA environment, just we are going to work with only test data. Okay, now only test data we are going to use. Coming to next scenario, important scenario here is based on data uses. We are going to work with different types of versions from SQL Server. Right. Okay, now because you take production server. In production server, we are using customers data. I mean, we are going to store customers data. Right. And so production is really important for us because most important data is part of production. Right. So now you go to development environment and QA environment. There we are not going to work with production data, just the test data only. So some features of the SQL server is more than enough for those servers. But coming to production server, we need all features of the SQL. That's why based on type of server, we are going to work with different versions of the SQL, different editions of the SQL. Right. Now let's go to next scenario. We are going to discuss about different versions available in SQL Server. We have SQL Server 2000 version. This is also known as SQL Server 8.0. Okay, now. So next we have SQL Server 2005, which is also known as 9.0. Then 2008 version 10.0. After that 2012 11.0, 2014 2014 version, we have 12.0. 2016 version, 13.0. 2017 version, 14.0. 2019 version, 15.1. So these are the different versions we have in SQL Server to perform different types of tasks. So generally, if you have Windows 10 operating system, go for SQL Server 2019 only, right? Because compatibility is also really important for us. Compatible operating systems is required for us. In the same way, if you have SQL Server, Windows 11 operating system, nowadays Windows 11 coming, right, with laptops. If you have Windows 11 operating system, latest version is going to release, of course already available from SQL Server, that is 2022. Go for SQL Server 2022. So these are all you can directly download from Microsoft, just for practice purpose only. Trial versions available. You can download them and you can install them. So coming to next scenario, I told you based on edition, based on server type, we are going to work with the different editions of the SQL Server, that is Enterprise Edition. See, Enterprise Edition is top end edition of the SQL Server, right? So top end edition means it contains each and every feature of the SQL Server, which is required for us to perform database production storage related scenarios. That means maximum scenarios for production server, right? And maximum scenarios for production server, we are going to use Enterprise Edition only. Coming to next scenario, we have Developer Edition. Of course, in between we can go for some other edition, that is Standard Edition. The major difference between Enterprise Edition and Standard Edition is cost will be reduced. Of course, features also going to reduce. Some people are going to use Standard Edition for production, but maximum what we do, we are going to use Enterprise Edition only for production purpose, right? After that, we have Developer Edition. Middle range, limited cost, limited features. Generally for QA purpose and development purpose, we use Developer Edition of the SQL Server. After that, we have Express Edition. See, Express means, it is completely free edition. You can directly download it from official website of the Microsoft Corporation. But Express Edition can be used for only practice purpose. Real-time purpose, we cannot use Express Edition. Okay. Now, real-time purpose, we use Enterprise Edition, Standard Edition, or Developer Edition, but not Express Edition. Remember, please. Right. In the same way, let me show you how to download this one. Of course, I already prepared installation videos, but still I want to show you how to go for downloading SQL software for practice purpose. SQL Server. In search button, type it as like this: SQL Server 2019 download. Go to downloads website. But we are redirected to 2022. If you click on this download button, download under developer, but not Express. See that here it is showing developer edition, Express edition. Even this developer edition is also trial version for us, practice purpose only. Okay. So you can download it and install. Okay. Now, an installation video I will share. Next, after completion of the SQL Server installation, you have to go for Management Studio download. SQL Server Management Studio. Go to this website. Here you can see this 19.0. Previous version of the Management Studio 18, now it is 19. You download this version of the Management Studio and you can go for installation. Right. So in the beginning, what we do, we go for SQL Server installation. After completion of the SQL Server installation, we are going to download Management Studio and we are going to install Management Studio. Right. And so after finishing this Management Studio installation, we are going to install, we are going to create database for practice purpose. So I will give you that database backup file. And coming to next scenario, the tool. What is the tool we are going to use to interact with SQL databases? Tool name is Management Studio tool. In shortcut, it is also known as SSMS. SQL Server Management Studio. So this is the tool we are using to interact with SQL databases and perform different types of operations. Now here we have Management Studio environment. Just click on Management Studio. This is your server. Connect. So this is Management Studio environment. You go to New Query. See this, where I'm clicking New Query. So after clicking on New Query, you have to select your database. Suppose my database name is Suresh DB. Use Suresh DB. That means I'm going to connect to Suresh DB database. Use Suresh DB means what? I'm going to connect it to Suresh DB database. See, we have written some command here. How to execute this command? See here, you can go for execute button. See, like this. So even this tool is also we install after completion of the SQL installation, right? So in this way, we can connect it to databases in Management Studio, and we can perform different types of operations in Management Studio, right? This is the way like how we are working. And coming to next scenario. Now you have to go for SQL installation. And you have to perform different types of scenarios here. So now tell me, how many of you done with SQL installation, please? Aish, you attended my previous classes, right? Deepak attended. Hemant, you also attended, right?
Yes, sir.
Pallavi, have you attended my previous classes? I mean, demo session only. Last week we did demo. Pallavi, I cannot hear you. Message, please. Rajalakshmi, I think you attended demo, right?
No, sir.
Oh,
No,
okay.
this is my first class. Yeah.
Saurabh Edo? Saurabh? Okay, no problem. Let's do one thing. Installation is important. Try to go for installation of the SQL today, because next step we have to start working with practical scenarios. That's why I'm requesting you all go for SQL installation. So because if you face any issues with SQL installation, I can help you. That is the reason. Next class, I can help you in SQL installation. That is what my plan. Right? And clear. Girl? So let's do one thing. So take it as new participants, you take it as demo. Old participants continuation class, right? Anyhow, I'm going to start practical part from tomorrow. Lengthy sessions will be starting from tomorrow only. Okay, na? Right then. See you tomorrow. Right. What we discussed in the last session, any idea, please? Hello.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. We
Good morning.
discussed about the SQL version, Enterprise Edition, Standard Edition, SQL versions, SQL editions, and how to download the SQL and setup. I mean, not setup, just download SQL Server and SQL Server Management Studio.
Okay. Right. No problem. So let's go to next scenario. Today, we are going to discuss about data types concept. So what are the different data types available in SQL and how they're going to work? That and all I'm going to. So coming to next scenario. Bharat, okay, right. Okay, Bharat. So coming to next scenario. Now, database means we are going to store different types of data. For example, numbers, characters, date time data, currency values. Okay. So in this way, different types of data can be stored in databases. So now, coming to next scenario. If you want to store any type of data in SQL Server environment, you need supporting data types. Okay. So what are the data types available in SQL? That is really important. Today, I'm going to discuss about them. Tomorrow onwards, we are going to start with practicals. Right. So coming to data types concept, number family. So in the beginning, we have to discuss about number family data. So number family, we have different data types again in the number family. So what are those data types in the number family? Integer. So integer means it is perfect number. It will not accept any decimal values. That is what integer concept. Perfect number means what? Without decimal values. Right? If any decimal value is there, we cannot store it in int. Next, float data type. See, in float data type, we can store only decimal values. Okay. So we have different data types to store different types of data. Right? And so now here integer for perfect numbers, float for decimal values.
Hello. Sir, you are not audible clear.
So here we have some other data type also. Right now I think it's okay.
Yes, okay. Sir,
Is numeric data type. This also comes under number only. Numeric of p comma s. See, numeric is data type. P comma s is length of the data type. Okay, so here P stands for precision and S stands for scale. P stands for precision, S stands for scale. So what is precision and scale? We'll go for some example. Suppose I'm giving it as numeric of 5 comma 2. Right in. So 5 is precision, 2 is scale. Here, precision indicates total digits in the number. Total digits. Scale indicates number of digits after decimal point. So total 5 after decimal 2. That means we can go for 3 before decimal, right? Suppose this is decimal point. What is the scale value? 2. Scale is 2. That means you can go for 2 digits after decimal point. Like, so total 5 we have given 2 after decimal, so we can go for 3 before decimal. So this value is scale and the overall value is precision. This is numeric data type. Is it clear or any questions, please? Numeric data type is clear. Clear, right? So you are not asking any questions means I feel clear. Right. So these are the data types we have in number family. Next step, we are going to work with the character data. So char of length. See, this is known as fixed length character data. In the same way, it accepts alphanumeric data. Alphanumeric means what? Mixing of character and number. Mixing of character and number comes under alphanumeric. It accepts it. Then it provides a good performance also. Performance means what? Speed. Accessing speed of the databases comes under performance. Next, there is some issue with this data type only. Memory wastage. So when we are working with this data type, some memory wastage will be there, space wastage. But now the question is how this space wastage occurs. That is a question. I'll give you an example. See, we already discussed in SQL we can store data only in the form of tables, right? And suppose we are working with some table. Table contains ename column. For ename column, I have given data type as char of 10. That means maximum of 10 characters can be inserted into ename column. Suppose I'm inserting my name Suresh. How many characters there in this name? 6. So we are inserting 6, so it has to occupy 6 byte space in the database. But what happens, you know?
Only 6 character take. More than 6, not
6
allowed.
bytes it occupies. 6 bytes it occupies for the data, whatever we inserted into table. But extra 4 bytes it will go for blank padding. Blank padding means what happens? Null value is going to store. So unnecessarily we are going to lose data. I mean space. See this? If it is occupying only six bytes, then no issues. But it is occupying 6 bytes for the data, whatever we inserted. Remaining 4 bytes, it is going for blank padding, and that is a problem. So because of that reason only, some data loss will be there when working with this data type. But still, why it is there in SQL? Common question, right? Because we are going to work with some fixed length columns in the databases. Fixed length means every time we are going to insert the same data. That is the meaning of fixed length. True, 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 false, false, false. This type of data we are going to insert, right? Some columns, every time same data. So those columns we are going to use this data type. Otherwise, what happens, we are going to work with the varchar of length. This is known as variable length character data. It also accepts alphanumeric data. Alphanumeric means mixing of character and number. Max size 8000 bytes. Previous scenario we discussed about fixed length character data. Even in that also we can store maximum 8000 bytes. That is the max limit. So in the same way, the only difference is no memory wastage. In this data type, what happens, whatever the data you are going to insert, it occupies memory for that only. No wastage. Right. So because of that reason only, maximum scenarios when we are working with this data type, no memory wastage will be there. That's why maximum for character data storage purpose we use varchar data type only. Okay. But remember, if you're going for char or varchar, you can store only 8000 maximum. Suppose the requirement is exceeding 8000 bytes, then what? We are going to work with varchar of max data type. So varchar of max, everything like varchar data type only. Same scenarios. Variable length character data accepts alphanumeric data. No memory wastage, but only difference is max size 2 GB. That is the only difference. Right? That is the only difference. So coming to next scenario. Now, these are the data types we have to store character data. After that, we have to work with the date time. We have different data types here. Small date time. I'm sorry. When we are working with this data type, we can store data up to 2079th year. So this is the maximum limit we have. Right? And up to 2079th year, we can store. But in the same way, we have some other data type, date time also. In date time data type, we can store data up to 9999th year. So this is the maximum limit for date time. But remember, if you're going for small date time or date time, you can store date value and time value also. Date value and time value also can be stored. So if you want to store only date, only time, even for that also we have data types like this. Because sometimes we are going to store only date values, only time values, right? So for that we can use these data types. So these are the data types we have in number family to store different types of data. Right? And so coming to next scenario, we have money data type. See, what is the purpose of money data type? It is used to store currency values with the symbols. Here you can ask some question. So why you are going for separate data type? We have number family, right? We have different data types in number family, right? In number family, we can use we can store this type of data, right? Then why you are going for separate data type? Because there is some symbol, dollar symbol, check it. What is this dollar symbol? Special character. Of course, that is currency symbol, I'm accepting, but it is special character. So in number family, what happens, you cannot store characters and special characters. That is the scenario. So you want to store currency values and you want to go for calculations also. Right? You want to store currency values in the same, you want to go for calculations also. Then we are going to use this money data type. Remember, please. Then we have XML data type also. XML means like a file system. So XML storage we are going to do in SQL. There we are going to use this data type. Okay. So these are the major data types we have in SQL environment. SQL Server. So then what to do? We have to connect it to Management Studio. In the last class, yesterday, we have seen like how to connect it to Management Studio, because in SQL Server environment, we can store data only in the form of tables, right? So there is no other facility. So now coming to next scenario. To create tables to develop all scenarios, we need some tool. The tool name is Management Studio only. So here we have Management Studio. I already installed SQL. Enrolled participants, you can talk to training team. They will give you access to SQL installation videos so that you can complete SQL Server installation. See this. This is Management Studio environment. This is your server. So now just click on connect to button. So we connected to Management Studio. So here if you want to write queries, because generally we are working with SQL Server means we are going to write queries, right? Go to new query window. So in this window, we can write and execute queries. But before that, we have to select our database name. Suppose my database name is Suresh DB. How can I select database like this? Use Suresh DB. Execute this statement so that you'll be connected to Suresh DB database. See here you have execute button. See that. Click on this. So what happened now? You connected to Suresh DB. Right? So after doing this task, after connecting to your database only, perform other type of operations. Perform remaining operations. So coming to next scenario, installation related scenarios I discussed previously. Like who is going to install SQL Server? DBA. DBA is going to install SQL Server. After completion of the SQL Server installation only, we create database. They only create database, right? And they only. Then we are going to work with that database. Now coming to next scenario. What are the different types of databases there? Because we have different types of databases. System databases, user databases. See, you are developer. See, this training is development training. So developer cannot create new database, but at least you know like what is database, what database contains. These things better to learn, right? Am I right or not? In the same way, while connecting to Management Studio, we provide some security scenarios like the login name, password, different authentications we have. So better to learn about those things also. So system databases, user databases. What is the difference? What is the purpose of system databases? Better to discuss all these scenarios. Because if you start working with the commands, queries, then you cannot go back to these things. That's why better to discuss these things in the beginning only so that you'll get perfect idea. Okay, fine. So from where we are going to start? What database contains? How data stores in the database? You'll get overall idea in the beginning only, so that the things becomes easy for you to understand, to work, right? In the same way, the language we are going to use is SQL language. SQL stands for what? Structured Query Language. So this is common language for database development. By using SQL language only, we are going to develop different databases. I mean SQL environment. In the same way, we have SQL also. SQL stands for Structured English Query Language. In the beginning, there was common language SQL only. Now it is SQL only. There is no SQL. That's why still we are writing it as SQL, but we are calling it as SQL. You also call it as SQL only. Okay. So in the same way, this language SQL contains some sublanguages. DDL, data definition language. DML, data manipulation language. DRL, data retrieval language. TCL, transaction control language. And DCL, data control language. So your important thing is DRL commands we are going to use maximum in the project environment. Data retrieval language. So DRL means what? Retrieving data from the tables. Data retrieval language command, select command is used to retrieve data from the table. So that is regular operation. Because of that reason only, even in this training also, lot of topics there related to DRL. 7 to 8 topics there related to DRL. So you have to concentrate on that area. Even we are going to provide you maximum assignments related to DRL. I told you I'm going to provide you 200 assignments. Queries for practice purpose. So I'm giving those scenarios related to DRL. That is the importance of DRL, data retrieval language, in this training. So you have to concentrate on that area, DRL area. Okay. So this DCL area, data control language, means what are the different types of logins, authentications there, how we are going to work with them. I mean, generally when we use authentications while connecting to management studio, right? While connecting to SQL server, we are going to use different types of authentications, different types of logins. These are all we are going to use, right? And so those things also I'm going to discuss very clearly. Tomorrow I'm going to start working with DCL, data control language, security related scenarios. Very clearly I'm going to discuss. After that, I'm going to work with the databases creation. System databases, user databases, these are all I'm going to discuss very clearly in tomorrow's class, because now we have some time, but that is not enough for me to discuss those things. Even practical part also we are doing tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow same time we'll start the class, and don't miss tomorrow's class. Okay. right?
Yes, sir. Sir, I have one question. Hello.
Tell me, please. What is the question, Hemant?
Sir, there is a need every day we register. I don't get any link or
No,
drive
actually, thing
access.
is, still it is demo session only. That's why we are doing around 45 minutes. Okay, now. Mostly
Okay, sir.
tomorrow day
So
after
when
tomorrow also will be like this. Now, as per my knowledge, Thursday onwards or Friday onwards, they're going to change the link. Then onwards, you no need to register every day. Even no need to register in the beginning also. Okay, na? Right?
okay, sir. Sir, okay. I means after 2-3 days it will be going to start actual class.
Already some participants joined, enrolled for this training. Some of them waiting. So mostly today is Tuesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday onwards, mostly they're going to change the link. Or Thursday going to change link. That I will announce in the tomorrow's class. Better if anybody wants to continue this training, enroll with the Durga app so that you can get installation videos and access to Google Drive also. That's okay.
Okay,
Right.
sir.
Okay.
So actually, I
Deepak, tell
have
me.
paid fee.
Okay, no problem. I'll talk to training team. Okay, na?
Okay.
Okay, then. See you tomorrow. Right, all of you. So let's connect it to management studio. What we discussed in yesterday's class, any idea, please? Anybody? Any idea? Data types discussed, right?
Right, sir.
After that, today we have to start with the commands part. So let us see that how to work with the commands part. In the same way, if you want to work with the command part, you should know how to connect it to management studio. This is management studio. Here we have, and from this only we are going to perform different types of commands. They are connected to new query window like this. But after connecting to new query, you have to select our database. Use database name. My database name is Suresh DB. Execute. Execution purpose, we are using this execute button. Okay. Now we connected to database. Then we have to work with remaining things. So in the beginning, Sorry. We are working with the DDL commands, data definition language commands. We are starting now. After that, we work with other types of commands. So create command. So create command is used to create tables in SQL Server environment. Because see, in SQL Server environment, data can be stored in the form of tables only. In the beginning, we are going to create table, then we are going to store data. So let us see that create table. Suppose table name I am giving it as product. What is the table name we are giving? Products. So start bracket. Inside bracket, we have to define columns because table contains columns, right? Suppose product ID integer, comma. That means in product ID column, we can store integer data, right? Next, product name column. Suppose varchar of 20 character data, maximum 20 characters. Next, order date time, right? After that, we have color of the product, that is varchar of 20, close bracket. Execution done. Okay, now see here, important thing is we created this table with 4 columns, right? But we can create table with maximum of 1024 columns. That is the limitation. Okay. Coming to next scenario. Now, table created means we just created only structure of the table. only structure, because table contains columns and rows, right? So we created only structure now. So how to check this structure? SP underscore help table name products. See this. That is the structure of the table we created. Right? And so next, SP underscore help is system stored procedure. It is not a DDL command, because today now we are working with the DDL command. So we feel SP underscore help is also DDL command. That's not correct. It's not DDL command. And so now next step, table already created, and I want to add new columns to the table, alter table. Adding new columns, because table already created, it is there in the database, right? Alter. Suppose alter table products, add. Suppose I want to add sales amount integer, comma. In the same way, category varchar of 10, like this. Done. That means what happened now? We added new columns to the table. How we added new columns to the table? By using alter add command. Right. And by using alter add command, we added new columns to the table. Check it. So if you want to check it, what to do? Go for SP underscore help products, because structure, right? And if you want to check this structure, what to do? You should go for SP underscore help only. See this now. Added new columns added to the table. See here you can see added columns. In the same way, next scenario, I want to drop columns from the table. Suppose there is some column, category column. I want to delete only category column from the table. Alter drop. See this, alter table products, drop column category. So now what happens, see that that particular column, category column, dropped from the table. right? So alter drop, by using alter drop command, we dropped column from the table. If you have any doubts, sp_help products. See this, there is no category column existing in the table. Okay, now? Next we have product ID column. What is the data type of product ID column? Integer. So at the time of table creation, we have given product ID column data type as integer. But now I want to change data type of product ID from integer to character. What to do? Okay, na? But I'm doing changing data type. So see, if I want to change data type from integer to character, the column should be empty. If data is existing in the column, we cannot change data type. Okay, na? Alter table products, alter column ID, product ID, right? So just provide new data type. Suppose varchar of 10. See this. Right, and so this is the point. So now how can I check it? Tell me. So I can check it by using sp_help table name products. See this. What is the new data type of product ID? Character. Right, and so this is the way, like how we are going to alter table. So you create a table in the beginning. After that, you are going to, you just added new columns to the table and dropped column, change data type of the column. So different types of operations you performed. Right, and so now next command, truncate command. What is the purpose of truncate? Truncate command is used to delete data from the table. What it can do? Only deleting data from the table. Deleting data, not structure. Of course, there is no data right now in the table, but still concept is it is used to delete data from the table. So truncate table products, done. Execution done successfully. Now only thing is we have to check whether table structure deleted or not. So this table structure not deleted. It is there only structure. Please check it. Right, Anna? So next command, drop command. So drop command is used to delete the table from the database. Suppose drop table products. So this what happened, table dropped. Now sp underscore help products. So this, there is no table. Why? It is throwing error. It is showing table does not exist. Why it is showing like that? Because table deleted. Because we dropped the table by using drop command, right? So if you want to work with the same table, what to do? You have to create it again. See this. How I'm going back like this, Control Z. By using Control Z, we can go to previous commands in Management Studio, new query. Okay, new query window. So these are DDL commands. Is it clear? DDL commands clear or any questions, please? Right? Okay, now? So after finishing DDL, we are going to work with the DML, data manipulation language, insert command. Insert command is used to insert data into table. Suppose insert into products, values, keyword, syntax, ID, product ID, suppose P1, product name, suppose car. Next, order date, something date here, comma, color of the product, white color, comma, sales amount, something like this. See this data. What happened? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many columns there in the table? SP underscore help products. Oh, only 4 columns available. Let's do one thing. Let's add sales amount. Alter table products. Add sales amount integer. Now see this. Oh shit. We created table again, right? Wait. Alter table products. Alter column product ID varchar. So make it 20. Now it works. See this. Data inserted. But my question is, we used single quotes for some values, but for some values we have not used single quotes. Why? The reason, these are character data type columns, date time data, character data, number family. Not only insert command, anywhere in SQL Server, any command. While working with the character data, date time data, single quotes are mandatory. If you are working with the number family, no need to go for single quotes. That is what the scenario. Okay. In the same way, how to insert multiple rows into table, that also we'll see. Here go for comma, start bracket. Again, no need to type insert command. Okay, na? Right. So like this. See now what's happening here? We are inserting multiple rows. See this. By using this scenario, we inserted multiple rows into this table. In the same way, suppose I want to insert null value into sales amount. So now you have to declare like this: product ID, product name, order date, right? Comma. What is the next column? Color column, I think. So values. See this. So when you want to insert null value into some column, you do like this. You have to declare columns. Suppose product ID P4, product name cycle, suppose like this. See what happened now? Row inserted. Row inserted into table, but only product ID, product name, order date, color, but no value inserted into sales amount. Means null value inserted into sales amount. Select star from products. So this command is used to retrieve data from the table. Basically, you know, the select command is not DML, it is DRL. We want to see the data, that's why I'm using this command now. Otherwise, it is not a DML command. See this. Next DML command is update. Used to update or replace old data with new data. Update product set. For example, sales amount equal to 3000. But whose sales amount you want to update? Fine, you are going to update sales amount, that's okay. But whose sales amount you want to update? So we are writing condition where product ID equal to P4. See this. So product ID P4 product sales amount updated. If you have any doubt, say this. Updated or not? Please check it and Updated, right? So next command is delete. Used to delete the data from the table. See, we already worked with the truncate, right? Then what is truncate command? DDL commands we worked with the truncate, right? Truncate also used to delete data from the table only. But the thing is, difference is truncate command can delete only entire data from the table. Only entire data from the table. Delete command can delete selected data from the table. Suppose where, I'm sorry, product ID equal to P4NA. I'm sorry, see this. So now what happened? This command deleted only P4 product ID row from the table. Okay, now, right? But you cannot do this task by using truncate. Truncate command can delete only entire data from the table. If you have any questions, select star from products. See, this last row is not there. Why last row is not there? Because we dropped it. We deleted it. So if you want to delete the selected rows from the table, what to do? You should go for this command, truncate. So these are the DDL, DML commands we have, right, all of you. So we are in the beginning only. And I know that some of you have not installed SQL in your laptops. Some new participants also there. Please go ahead and ask training teams. They will provide you SQL Server installation videos, finish installation and create database also. So that tomorrow onwards, we can go for other things. And Friday class onwards, link is going to change. Friday class onwards, they will give you link to only paid participants. Okay, no? Right then. Okay, Madesh. We'll meet 7 class. Okay. Enrolled participants, okay, no problem. I'm just giving information to all. That's all. Right, Andy? See you tomorrow then. Okay, right, all of you. So let's connect it to Management Studio. So what we discussed in yesterday's session, tell me please. What was the topic we discussed in the last session yesterday?
Sir, out commands, insert, update, run.
DTL, DML commands we discussed. Have you installed SQL Server? All of you? I'm asking about SQL installation. Done? Okay.
Sir, I tried to install but not success.
So you are facing errors, right, Deepak? Okay, no
Sir, I am
problem.
trying to install Ubuntu.
That's what, yeah. Okay, no problem. So let's go to next scenario today. Right. So I think we have some new participants again today. Jashwant Krishnan, you're new, right? This guy Shubham Palkar also new.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jashwant, we already done with some sessions. Okay. So if you are okay to continue the training, we can go for backup class. I'll give you backup of those classes. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So coming to next scenario. Today we are going to work with data retrieval language. See, only command of the DRL is select statement. So basically, select statement is used to retrieve data from the tables. For example, you create a table, inserted data, updated data, deleted data. And finally, you want to see what is there in the table, right? In that case, we are going to use select statement, query part, querying data. See, we have a lot of types of select statements available in SQL environment, but basically we have 4 types. So What are those basic types? Let us see. Select star from EMB. Right. Select star from EMB. See, query executed. It retrieved entire data from the table. All columns, all rows retrieved. Right. All columns of the table, all rows. But here I'm using star operator. Star means what? Star means all columns. All columns of the table. In the same way, there is no condition in this query.